Question 16 was as follows. Okay, dealer needs to get part of his house painted. He has a budget of £200. He needs to buy 3 tins of paint, each costing £16.75. He employs a painter who is paid £12.30 per hour. Okay, £12.30 per hour. How many full hours will the painter have to complete the work without going above Dylan's budget? Okay, so what is there is, first of all, we need to correct data here. Okay, so the first data we're going to correct is, let me write here data. Okay, so the first data we're going to correct first is the budget. So we are told he has a budget of £200. Okay, and then he has to buy paint. There is in this 200 budget, he has to buy paint. For the painter to start working, paint should be available, so he has to buy paint first before even the works get started. So he wants to buy 3 tins of paint at £16.75. Then he has to pay the painter. So payment, we can say wage, which is equal to the wage, which is equal to 12.30 per hour. Okay, we don't know how many hours. It's just that the painter is charging £12.30 per hour. Okay, now once we have corrected this data, this is the same data we're going to use now to come up with an expression to find how many hours the painter is going to work. So for us to find how many hours the painter will do the job, so what we need to do is we need to come up with an expression. So the expression we come up with, first we are going to open the bracket, the big bracket we open, then we write £200. That is the budget he has. That's the budget he has, and that is the money available for doing all the work. Then we say minus, then we open bracket, then we say minus what? Now we subtract the money is going to use to buy paint, because paint has to be available before anything. Even before talking to the painter, make sure there is, if you haven't bought already the paint, then you can also check the price and make sure that you have the price and the cost of all the 3 paints in place. So we subtract the cost of paint. So he wants to buy 3 tins. Each is sold at 16. Each tin is sold at £16.75, close bracket. Then we close the second time. Then we say the entire, we want to find the hours is going to work, the painter is going to work. So the entire expression, this expression, divide by the cost of painting per hour, which is £12.30. Okay, so that is the cost. That is the charge for painting for 1 hour. Okay, for painting 1 hour. Okay, so we say, now what next are we going to do? Then we are going to start working on numbers in brackets. So we start with the brackets which are inner brackets, these which are very inside. Okay, so that's one. So what that means, we are going to write, that means we're going to write £200 minus, then we work out what is inside the brackets, the one I indicated. So we go onto the calculator and then we say 3 times 3 times 16.75 will give us 50.25. 50, so it's going to give us 50 pounds, 50.25 pounds as the total cost of 3 tins of paint, divided by 12.30 pounds. Okay, now once we have done this, the next thing now we're going to do is we're going to evaluate this. Okay, this, so we go on our calculator, we punch in those. So we say 200 minus 50.25 will give us 149.75. So 149.75 divided by 12. Sorry, sorry. I have to put the pound sign as well as here pound sign. Divide by 12.30. Okay, so when we divide that, the answer we get, those are the hours. Okay, so we go into our calculator again, we punch in. Okay, we have already the answer we got, that is 149.75 divided by, then we divide by 12.30, divide by 12.30 will give us 12 point. So the answer we'll get now, when we punch that, the answer we'll get is going to be here. Okay, it's going to be 12 point. Okay, let me check again. 12 point. So I'll just end up to 12.17. Okay, 12.17. Now, as you can see, when you look at this answer, you notice that this is just a fraction of an hour. Okay, these are complete 12 hours. So the question is asking us, the question is how many full hours? So the hours we should write should be complete. So that means what we're going to do now, we are going to ignore or round off this number. Now you can see the next number to the whole numbers is 1. So we are going to have just 12 like that. So the hours the painter should work for should be 12 hours or less. 12 hours or less. So the question is, how many full hours will the painter have to complete the work without going over Dylan's budget? So the painter has to do the work within 12 hours. Okay, he has to do the work within 12 hours. So here Dylan can even consult the painter, how many hours will this job take you? Then the painter, if he says 15 hours, then it's either they agree that he reduces the hours, he speed up the work, or he goes and finds someone else to do the work within those hours. Okay, so basically those that is the answer, 12 hours. That is the hours the painter will take. Okay.